Rose Packing started in 1924 by my grandfather. It requires a lot of hard work and a lot of intuition and a lot of self-starters. Many of the people themselves are third and fourth generation who have worked for Rose or are still working for Rose. And it's a union shop, and that says a lot. I hope that what you're going to see in this video will show you some of the things that has made Rose Packing Company kind of unique in the world of industry.
Busy, busy, busy. That's the way the meat industry operates, and the folks at Rose Packing wouldn't have it any other way.
The clock starts ticking at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and runs the race very fast and very hard all day.
It is a very busy operation, and that's part of the fun part for me, at least, because it's always go, go, go.
It is a business that the item is a perishable item, and it has to be produced, shipped, and consumed within certain time frames. And when you're working with that type of an item, everything has to click on the right cylinders.
And there are very few companies that understand that better than Rose. Rose Packing is an industry leader with more than 80 years of experience behind it.
History is a big part of Rose Packing. It's a big part of who we are.
Well, Rose Packing was started in 1924 and has been a family company since the inception. The old-time packing houses were different then. The difference was obviously in the equipment, the quality of the equipment, the types of the buildings.
As time went on, the processing plant ended up getting bigger and bigger, with the primary thing being Canadian bacon and smoked butts. And then once we started boning out more and more loins, we ended up with more and more trimmings. More and more trimmings we were getting, we ended up pushing ourselves into a sausage operation. And that sausage operation has really taken off the last 15 years.
And we're most proud of that fact that we are able to continue the heritage of the company into the 5th generation.
An opportunity for a grandfather to bring into his organization grandchildren doesn't happen very often.
There's 3 of us in the company right now: my brother, my cousin, and myself.
And customers who work with Rose are treated like one of the family, getting personal service you won't find many places.
We want them to get comfortable with us. They have a lot of choices in the meat arena to go to different companies, but we want them to get to know us, to get to know who we are, and have a comfort feel for us before we even get into the first order.
Being a family-owned company, we treat the product as if we're serving it to our families. Not only the people on the floor that are actually producing it, but all the way from the top down. From the Rose family, it's a very personal business.
And if it's the 5th generation, that's really unheard of in this day and age of industries being bought out right and left.
Our name is Rose, and the people on the floor believe in that name. They believe in the products, and they truly care about what they do.
Rose Packing produces a full catalog of products, whether it's fresh or cooked. The folks at Rose are dedicated to making sure everything that leaves the line meets strict standards.
Our #1 priority is the safety of the product.
That's the foremost thing on our mind, is to make sure that we are producing the safest and highest quality product that we can for our customers and for their consumers.
And it begins as soon as the production day ends. Sanitation crews work throughout the night to make sure the line is ready to go the next day.
It's a process. You know, our sanitation people start at 4 in the afternoon and they typically go till 2 in the morning. So it's not, they're not under the gun to get it clean in a very short period of time. They have plenty of time to clean, they have plenty of people to do it with, and we need all of that time to assure that that job has been done properly.
Every inch of the plant gets cleaned, from top to bottom, inside and out. The company spares no expense to make sure it provides the safest environment possible for its food.
We made a commitment that we were gonna put the money into it. We were gonna make sure the people not only were paid well, but also that they had all the technology, all of the assistance that they needed to do their job right, including the support of top management and the companies that supply our chemicals. There's also a lot of elbow grease used in every area on every piece of equipment. We believe very strongly that you don't just apply chemicals and rinse them off. You've got to, you know, put the scrubbing into it and put the action into it in order to remove all of the residual.
So when production starts the next day, workers get a clean slate, literally. But just because food is on the line doesn't mean the sanitation job is complete. Inspection teams comb the plant during breaks, taking samples and testing them on site.
We have a USDA certified lab, which is a benefit to our plant.
The lab plays a huge part in assuring that everything that we're doing on the sanitation end is being done properly.
The lab personnel is in the plant throughout the day, taking test samples of production lines, production areas, and we also do an extensive product testing.
Ensuring products are safe and meet the customer specifications and standards.
In this side, we're analyzing for fat and moisture. We want to make sure that we are in the product specification and that we comply with the USDA regulations, assuring that the meat we supply to our customer is safe, wholesome, and of a good quality.
It's all part of the plant's Hazard Analysis Critical Control Points plan, known as HACCP.
It's something you have to take very seriously, especially in today's market. Everybody is very food safety conscious, and the reason we have a USDA accredited lab on site is so that we can try and get the fastest results possible. We have a hold and release program on our products.
They check it over temperatures, mainly temperatures, and basically what we call is critical control points. If all those have been met, the pallet's allowed to be shipped.
There are different steps and different ways that HACCP can be taken by a plant that's USDA inspected, and we decided to do the cutting edge part of HACCP, and we spend a lot of money on HACCP, and we take great pride in the fact, and our customers also do, in the fact that we are on the cutting edge of our HACCP program.
And that's all to make sure that what we're giving the end user or the consumer is the best food safety product that we can produce.
All the emphasis on safety leads to a tasty consumer product. Safety and quality do go hand in hand.
We pride ourselves on being a very quality-oriented company as well as a very food-safe company. And that methodology is renowned to all of our employees on the floor as well as the management.
The Rose team produces a wide range of products for some of the biggest names in the food industry. And Rose Quality is often the anonymous partner behind classic products you're bound to have tried.
At some time or point, I think the American consumer has tasted our item in one form or another. Companies do feel comfortable with having us put their name on their product. That's in itself, I think, a great testament to our company and to the people that we have working for us to manufacture something under someone else's name.
And in some cases, Rose Packing is doing more than just following another company's recipe. Product development is yet another service Rose provides its customers. And working with a family business means a quick turnaround to the marketplace.
Most companies, you have to follow through with, paperwork upon paperwork upon paperwork where, we'll just send a couple emails out, document a test up, and we'll be able to run it in 24 hours. And that's a big turn on to a lot of companies, is how fast we can generate new products for them.
So the product development team is a very important team. It not only develops new products, but it continues to tweak the existing products to try to make them even a little bit better than what they are.
When people are smiling eating their meatballs and their sliced Canadian bacon, we're smiling too.
The safe, quality products Rose Packing is known for all come from the same place, its plant on Chicago's southwest side.
We are a pork boner and processor. Our expertise is in the smoked meat field and in the fully cooked sausage field. And we do a wide variety of private label products along with our own label.
The company, for the most part, has focused its efforts on pork, but more and more we're getting into other items, and some beef items, some turkey, a little bit of chicken.
The first step on this tour begins in the boning room. Pork loins, ribs, hams. This is the start of a long journey through the plant.
You're seeing the loin operation. It starts with the destrapping of the tenderloin, which the two guys across the conveyor are doing. Today you're running a two-gang line, which basically means the two guys directly opposite on the table from one another are both making the same cuts. What they'll do is they'll take the tender off, they'll pass it to the girls, and the girls will use these wizard knives to gently take all the excess fat and gristle off of the tender so you get a nice clean piece of meat.
As you might imagine, processing all this pork creates a lot of trimmings, and Rose puts them to good use. Thousands of pounds worth are turned into the sausage products people love.
This is the start of sausage, cooked sausage and fresh sausage. The batching operation is just basically where you're mixing lean and regular trimmings to your customer specification. So a 60-40 mix would be 60% lean, 40% regular trimmings. It goes through an initial pre-grind after it passes through a metal detection system. The spice is put in and a suitable amount of CO2 to hit a temperature. Anything that's larger than the actual grinding plate holes is going to come out the side of the bone elimination system. But basically any fat, gristle, or bone that is larger than the grinding plate is going to be ejected off the side. And it's basically just one more quality control step to make sure that the customer is getting the best product they possibly can.
Rose will churn out fresh products by the bucket load, but it also produces dozens of ready-to-eat items. Direct heat cooks these sausage patties to the perfect temperature in just minutes, while other items take a slower route.
Well, this is Smokehouse Alley. We have 7 Alcar smokehouses. We run 2 pretty generic cooks, a humidity cook and a dry cook, and then there's a bunch of derivatives of each of those. In this particular house, this would be a humidity house, and this is Julian turkey. And the smoke is where we really get our personality, I guess you would say, when it comes to smoked meat products. Most people atomize liquid smoke or use liquid smoke in their curing solution. We do use some liquid smoke for some of our customers that require it or request it, but traditionally we use natural hickory smoke on all of our products to bring that smoky flavor and give you that dark exterior color.
And if that weren't good enough, you don't want to miss a real people pleaser.
What we have here is our spiral ham operation, and here what we do is we take cane sugar, white cane sugar, and we layer it onto the ham, and we use a propane torch, or in this case actually a natural gas torch, and melt the sugar onto the ham. Very tasty. Everybody loves the spiral ham.
And it's no wonder why. Rose infuses its products with tons of flavor.
This is the pumping operation or the curing department. Basically, it's pretty self-explanatory. This is where all the injection and the massaging happens to the meat before it goes to process.
And part of that process is creating some of the company's signature items. Rose Packing grew up on Canadian bacon, and while it's a historic winner, it, along with everything else, now gets a very modern treatment.
What we do here is we take all of our stick product that's not going to be sliced, and we vacuum package it on this line. Draw a tight vacuum, seal it, and then run it through a shrink tunnel, shrink it down, run it through an X-ray machine, and then package it. This could be smoked butts, this could be capicola butts, pork roll, any of our products that are not sliced. Bone-in hams, our big heavy commodity hams, anything not sliced could go through here.
This is capicola. It's put into a smoky casing. It's got a lot of spices in it to make it a very hot product. It's also pressed on screens We do this to try and achieve either A, a press look, or B, a D-shaped look, depending on how hard we're pressing. This will end up on somebody's sandwich eventually.
Most of this product either goes food service or retail unsliced.
But if sliced is what you want, look no further. Rose has invested millions in state-of-the-art equipment to meet any customer specifications.
This is where our products all take their true form, or their packageable form, or sliceable form. SPC, or the statistical process control that happens in this department, would basically be the log lengths and the log diameters. Those are two very important characteristics. The length to keep a consistent log length for our slicers, and the diameter so that we meet our product specifications.
On these slices, we could slice anything from 40 millimeters all the way up to 165 millimeters. This particular case, we're doing about a 3¼ inch diameter product, so roughly 80 millimeter product, and it's the Canadian bacon.
Well, what's unique about this operation is how thinly sliced it is. We're trying to achieve 60 to 62 slices per pound, and we're trying to keep the slices intact throughout the operation. It's slicing boneless ham right now.
And right now, it's one of the many items that we slice.
Just around the corner, the sausage meat continues its journey down the line and starts to take shape.
The only big difference between this and any other product we run skin on would be the size of the casing. The size of your casing depicts the size of your length. They're all about the same length.
And that goes for ethnic sausages as well.
We do chorizo, Italian, bratwurst, hot Italian, an extra hot Italian, and a Polish. The biggest thing that differentiates these from the rest of the sausage, or the ethnic sausage, is the fact that it's stuffed into a natural hog casing. And it's basically just rolled out into tubes, and then the linker will portion cut it to either a 4-to-1 or 5-to-1 weight category.
It's a lot of food and a lot to keep track of. Technological advances like X-ray machines and metal detectors are in place to ensure safety. But it's the Rose labor force that focuses a watchful eye on quality control.
We feel the more people or eyeballs you have on products, the better your quality of product's going to be through time.
The Rose family has always been a proud family that takes pride in their business and in their products, the success of their company, the long history of the company, and it feeds right down to the people on the floor.
You're only as good as your people making your product, and I have to say that, in all the years that I've known Rose Packing and been down to the plant, a big part of what turns me on to the plant is the fact that you'll walk around this meat plant and you'll actually see people smiling and enjoying what they're doing.
Because the meat industry is not the easiest industry, and these people have other options, and the fact that they choose to work for Rose Packing in this industry, I think says a lot about the company and the family and the history of it.
It's no wonder why Rose Packing is so busy. It produces quality food at a state-of-the-art facility, generations in the making.
Well, I think that any time that you build a company under the reputation of the name of the family, has a lot of meaning to it. And when you can produce a product with a quality that we feel that we do, and have the name stand behind it, and that name in the industry be recognized as a quality and service-oriented company, I think there is a lot of pride that the family takes in that.
There's a lot of pride in what we do, and there's a lot of pride in how we do it.
We're, as I said, very happy that we're able to continue the company into the 5th generation.
From humble roots to an industry leader, each generation strives to improve on the previous one, working to produce the safest, best tasting products possible.
We believe so, and I like to think our customers do as well.
That's the end result that we all strive for. We have to be a quality company. We have to be very service oriented. We have to do and cater to the needs of our customers.
We're a very proud company. The people are very proud, and we like to think it reflects in the products that we produce.
And it's going to have the Rose name on it.